The only thing that, I will address is the issue of, anybody thinking that I'm a deadbeat father. Currently, I have a child with me now. My son lives with me. So there's no way I could be a deadbeat dad if I have a son that lives with me. The situation with my other son is unfortunate that a lot of things have been made public. But even before, the season started back up, he lived with me for 3 months. He stayed at my house. We woke up every morning. We worked out together. We ran together. We ate together. We did everything together. He followed me around the whole house. Most time that me and him have spent just like that because there was no basketball season. So, a lot of the stuff that's being said, I hate it, and I hate that it has to be our own people that's, saying these things and making it seem as though I'm somebody that I'm not. I've always been a great father. Is there areas of improvement? Of course, just like there is in life with basketball, with anything that I do, I can always get better.
What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye Black. Shout out to everybody that's on them. I want to talk about Dwight Howard and how this situation has devolved to the point to where he has to respond to his own son speaking out against him on social media. This is a tweet I put up, and this is how I believe the situation is going. His 12-year-old son made a video, and it was a social media post as well, where he's going at Dwight, saying how much he doesn't like him and how he's not a good father, he's not there for him. So that prompted Dwight Howard to go public, and I probably played the audio at the beginning of this video so you get the better gist of it. Well, he has to respond to this. He literally has to get on social media and respond to this. This to me is unbelievable. I did this video on the 14th. I did this video on the 14th. It's on my Basic Social Politics channel. Make sure y'all go and subscribe to that channel. I'll put a link to this video in the description as well. I'll put everything together in so y'all can go and check out everything. And I did this video because Dwight Howard's baby's mother, Royce, Royce didn't like the fact that he's celebrating with his team. He ends up exposing himself or exposing messages between him and his current girlfriend, fiance, and she clowned him about that. And it just seems to me that Royce has been feeding her son. Now, again, her son seems like a very intelligent young man. I'm not going to say he's dumb to what's going on. He's on social media. A lot of these young kids on social media nowadays. But to say that you don't like your father, he's not there for you, I believe he's being fed this information by Royce. I think Royce is feeding him this information. I have seen this countless times where you have these children who are put in the middle of drama between the mother and the father due to the fact that the mother is bitter. The mother has not moved on. After they've been broken up for years and she still has not moved on. But he has. And he's finally been able to win a championship. He's engaged to another woman that he wants to marry, and it's not her. And she has slowly but surely turned his son against him. And as Dwight said in the audio from the radio interview, his son has been spending time with him before he went into the NBA bubble. His son was with him not too long ago. They was together. So he doesn't understand why all of a sudden he's turned against him. You know, I have a theory as to why he has, but let's get into this article from Madame Noir. So it seemed that for some time Dwight Howard was intent on pretending the allegations of him being an absentee father just didn't exist. But apparently, after radio host Nina Brown from the Franksky radio show questioned Howard's involvement in his children's lives, he felt the need to step forward and clear his name. Howard called Nina Brown personally to share his side of the story after Brown apologized for the comment she made about his parenting. Here we go with people jumping to conclusions. Why are you jumping to conclusions about a situation you don't know of? This is why I did not rush to make a video about this situation with Dwight, because I wanted to wait to see if he was going to respond to it. He was going to respond to it. And he has. But for people to hear his son and then immediately go out there and say things, because especially women, because women are going to speak on things from their perspective, because they probably dealt with baby father issues, him not wanting to really be there with her, them having to raise the children alone. So they feel some type of way immediately. When I looked on Twitter, I saw all these emotional responses to what his son was saying. Instead of condemning his mother, there were people condemning Dwight Howard immediately without even hearing his side, because they didn't care about his side, because they may have grown up in a single parent household and have dealt with a father who didn't want to be there. But you don't know the circumstances of why the father isn't there. There are tons of fathers who would want to be in their children's lives, but the mother is the reason why a lot of times they just give up. I'm not saying that is right. What I'm saying is this: it takes two. It takes two to have the kid, and it takes two to raise them. You can't put all the raising on the father. You can't say he has to do this and do that. You don't know what the mother's saying and doing. I have seen women become very vindictive when it comes to their children. So we can't pretend and act like they aren't vindictive when they can be. Howard says this: I'm not the person to get online and go through social media, go through the media and bash anybody. The only thing I will address is the issue of anybody thinking I'm a deadbeat father. Currently, I have a child with me now. My son lives with me. There's no way I could be a deadbeat dad. If I have a son that lives with me, the situation with my other son is unfortunate. That is a lot of things have been made public. But even before the season started back up, he lived with me for 3 months. He stayed in my house. We woke up every morning. We worked out together. We ran together. We ate together. We did everything together. He followed me around the house. It was the most time it's supposed to say most time we have spent like that. Let's see. My only concern, I'm gonna skip through this. My only concern is that our kids get both parents in their life. I would never air out any dirty laundry of my kids' moms or reasons why they're upset. Being upset is not going to help any situation when you allow your emotions to get the best of you. And that's where we are. Emotions have gotten the best of this situation with Royce, because ultimately Royce, he's in your house the most. You have to make sure that you're not putting your son in the middle of this. Listen, I grew up in a situation where both my parents were together, married, but eventually they separated. And the one thing my mother instilled in me and my siblings was to never talk bad about your father, never disrespect your father, no matter what's going on between the two of them. Don't get involved. And I always heeded that advice. But you have these women who don't do that. Your son is a minor. He's not an adult. I could see if he was an adult and he said this. He's an adult. He can say whatever he wants. But he's living under your roof. And he's saying this. That says a lot more about you, Royce, than it says about him. You've been feeding that young man information about his dad, and it's sad. Again, I don't think he's dumb. I think a lot of kids are very in tune to what's going on with their parents. But I have never seen a young child or preteen get on social media and go after his father like this. But you see this in situations where the women have not moved on. The women have not moved on. They're hurt. They're mad because he's going to be marrying somebody else. He's not going to be marrying them. And they feel like they should be in that situation. They feel like they should be in a situation that the other woman is in, but they aren't. And they feel some type of way about it. Y'all can't tell me they don't feel some type of way about it. When these women have these situations with the father and these children are put in the middle, that never goes away. Once that kid doesn't like one parent, it stays like that until that child is able to get old enough to see things for what it is. He ultimately sees that the mother may have been brainwashing him against the father. But I just don't, even though Dwight has a lot of kids, how come you only see this in this situation with Royce? You don't see any of his other baby's mothers speaking out against him so much like this. You know, Royce may want to get back on reality TV. I don't know if she is. I haven't watched her. I haven't watched any of those basketball wives shows in a minute. So maybe y'all know more than me. But this could be a play to get back on reality TV by using her son. Possibly getting her own show. Trying to enrich herself. Using the fact that he just won a championship. Because y'all got to understand, if he has not been, if he's been an absentee father for so long, how come you wait until he won a championship? Why would you wait until he wins a championship for all this information to come out? Why wait now? It's because Royce has not moved on. Royce has not been, because I guarantee you, if she had found somebody else to be in a relationship with, if she found somebody else to be happy with, she would not be worrying about what Dwight Howard is doing. She'd be too busy trying to make the other man the father of her son. But it just shows you after all these years, she's still out here, ain't happy, ain't really attached to nobody. Again, I don't know, because a lot of women like to hide their relationships. So to me, this is sad all around. Stop putting your young ones in the middle of your vendetta. I'm not saying Dwight is perfect, but what I'm saying is that it's not right to do this on any level.